Welcome to Beach Cottage Double Wide. Today we're going to talk about color and specifically how to use color to your advantage to get that calm, restful, beachy vibe in your place too. Hi, I'm Mitch and this is John. Well, the seal is
do the job right the first time.
Around Thanksgiving, we acquired a 2-bedroom, 2-bath mobile home double wide very close to Tampa Bay in Palmetto, Florida. And we're going to take you through the whole trial and tribulation of renovating this little 1980s beauty and making it into something that we really love. From renovation, tear out, changing light fixtures, painting, fixing problems, and discovering things that weren't disclosed to us before the closing. This big cube thing is going to be my wall storage. That is going to go right here. We're going to be shopping locally to source most of the materials that we use for this renovation, including even looking on Facebook Marketplace, which I heavily use to get some of the additional furnishings for in this house. I am at home. Our mission is to turn this place into something that has a beach cottage vibe while still being true to its 1980s mobile roots and not trying to make this place something that it isn't, but trying to enhance the good bones that are here. So join us for the renovation, the knowledge, the tips, the tricks, the how-tos, the pitfalls, and the things to remember as we transform this adorable little mobile into our very own beach cottage. This is our cool doorbell. I love this. Welcome to the Beach Cottage Double Wide. One of the things that you see everywhere here in Florida is water and sand and palm trees. And that inspiration from nature is what drives a lot of the color palettes that you see in almost anything that's for sale around here in the resorts, in the Airbnbs, in the hotels. Everybody wants you to have that, oh, I'm at the beach feel when you're actually at the beach because they want you to like it, be happy, and come back, right? Well, you can make your house that welcoming all day, every day, year-round if you want to, if you pick out colors that give you that kind of beachy vibe. So your best inspiration for your palette is to look to nature. Just for fun, if you Google pictures of Florida beaches, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. The color of the sand, the colors of the water, the colors of the sky. And that can even include some peaches and orange from sunset as well, or some grays from clouds or stormy skies. But you get the actual gist. Everything's pretty much teal, blue, green, tan, gray, because those are your beach colors. That's what you see here. Even Margaritaville knows this and picked up those same colors to paint some of the cottages and the interiors of their rooms at their resorts. Why is it that people love these colors so much? Now, sure, all these colors look really great in magazines and photos and everything, but there's actually some real science as to why it is that we are drawn to these colors. So let's take a look at that. Scientifically speaking, and this has been studied for a long time, these cool natural tones like blues, greens, and aquas, things that you see in nature, actually lower your stress hormones, slow your heart rate, and promote feelings of safety. They make you feel connected to nature. They make you feel calm, at peace, balanced, renewed. It's less stimulation, so it's less jarring to your eyes and therefore your mind and therefore your body. In terms of evolution and how we as human beings have changed, it's only just the last few hundred years where we've been surrounding ourselves with paints and interiors and fabrics. For the large part of human evolution, we've been living in nature, out in it. That's how our brains evolved, and that's why we appreciate those colors so much even now. And in a world filled with hustle, bustle, crazy schedules, traffic, and these little beauties right here, it's really not a surprise that people are more comfortable, more calm, and more relaxed when they come on vacation here to Florida, to the beaches. Understanding how color affects people has actually built entire industries. From architecture to take advantage of views, to the colors that we use for interior design, home decor, even clothing and fashion. Human beings care about these things because it's what they surround themselves with, clothe themselves with, and spend their days looking at. And what most people want, at least here in Florida, is calm and peaceful. Pantone would probably be one of the best examples of an industry that was built on the study of color. I want you to see these little color schemes they've got put together. There's your beach colors right there, and one called atmospheric. There's some more beachy tones there in comfort zone, the peach, the tan. Here you have tropical tonalities. Again, the green, the blue, light and shadow, the green, the blue, the tan. Paint manufacturers get in on this too. Here's the last 3 years of Valspar's colors. Here's the last 10 or so of Glidden's colors of the year. HGTV's Home's colors of the year. And Bear's colors of the year. And looking at all these colors of the year, what do you notice about that? Well, what you should notice is that these companies and industries have basically been hacking your brain. Hacking my brain? Wait, what? I've tried to illustrate it here so you can see what it is I'm talking about. Year after year after year, those colors harken back to the natural colors that are calming and soothing. Look at the whole picture. You can see the teal and the light aqua in the water and the tan and the lightish gray and even that almost creamy yellow, all in the sand colors. So year on year on year, these popular colors that are used for home decor, for paint, for fashion, for everything we surround ourselves with, harken back to these natural colors for a reason, because human beings like them. Now, my whole life, I've been drawn to turquoise, aqua, teal, blues, greens, and I never really understood that there was a scientific reason behind why. I just knew that that's what I liked. It's what I got for clothing colors, what I got for storage, what I used to craft projects around my home, even my dog beds. I just knew that I liked those colors, that they made me feel happy and calm. And it's actually been working out really well because I've been able to repurpose quite a few things that have come from my previous place into this new beach cottage vibe and achieving that cool, soothing coastal look I was after all along without knowing why. Sure, the shell clock's a gimme if you guys know my other channel. But yes, guys, even my teapot has a light aqua. Even my kitchen utensils and the container they go in, right down to the plates in my cupboard. It's interesting that it's worked out that way, but now I understand that there is a reason why I was so drawn to these colors in the first place. So with all of that in mind, and because we were changing the floor from the carpet to that LVP that we put down, knowing that I wanted a beachy cottage vibe in this place, we head over to Lowe's and hit the paint section. And just a hint, knowing what you like can be very helpful because the paint section can be a little overwhelming. There's a lot of color.
Our place, not somebody else's.
So getting a mix, we already got sprinkle on the walls. It's hard to tell in here under this light. It's way more green than it shows. I'm going to match it with a color called Bright and Breezy. Getting the Valspar, because that stuff is crazy thick and it covers amazing. Yeah, honey.
Why don't you pick out the blue you want to trim those doors with? Because we're getting a sample job.
But until the doors are white, it won't look right.
No, but you just hold it. You will get it and keep it.
Well, give me one of those best of both worlds then.
Where is it?
It's kind of sticking up there.
Right here?
Yeah. And where's my Bright and Breezy? Was it Easy Breezy? No, it was Bright and Breezy, right? I'm losing my mind.
He'll give it back to us in the got it up there.
Okay. I can't figure out where I got it from. Anyway, I want an icy blue to go with this green, which is called Sprinkle, but it's very, to your eye, very seafoamy. Now, to be completely honest with you, it's a little hard to believe that that sprinkle color you see on this sample is actually what's on the wall in this room, which brings me to another point when you're looking for color and paint. When you go paint shopping, you not only need to kind of know what your colors are and your vibe that you're going for is and kind of what colors you want to use, but you really need to go twice. You need to go the first time and look at the paint chips in the store. But also remember this, the fluorescent lights that are above you are going to completely change what that looks like. So it's kind of important, if you know you're looking for a particular color, grab a bunch of different sample cards, those little paint chips, in those colors that you think you like. Bring them back to your place, get them on the wall, and just check them for a day as the light changes in your home from daytime to nighttime. Because what you see on that chip in the store is not going to translate necessarily to what you see on your walls in your home, especially at different times of day, different kinds of lighting, all of that good stuff. So know what you like, have that thought in mind, gather a few chips up and put them on the wall and look at them so that you get a better understanding of what it's really going to look like when you paint. That particular color, Sprinkle, John picked that out. He really loved it. And neither one of us thought it was going to be quite that green and that dark once it got on the wall. It's not a problem because we actually love it, but it was punchier than we thought it was going to be, because the lighting in the store when we're looking at the chip is not even close to the lighting in the house.
Yeah,
It is. I can't believe I can't find it, but I can't find it.
Right, did you pick out the blue you like?
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do?
To trim the
Cabinet?
Yeah.
Doors?
There's my Bright and Breezy, a nice icy blue to go with that Sprinkle. And what was that one called, John?
Huh?
That one I picked out for the trim?
You'll get it back in there.
I can't remember the names of anything right now. I'm so physically and mentally fried. Oh my gosh. This is so cool. It does this. Put it in the computer and it automatically discharges the color. Pretty slick. Now, besides shopping for some paint colors while we were here, I also took a look at a few other things, like some light blocking panels. Remember I said before, gauzy doesn't work around here. You need to block the sun to keep your temperature maintained. And a number of people asked where that cool rug in the bedroom came from. Well, here's where it came from, right here at Lowe's, and there are the tags for it. Another question you might have when you're trying to put your colors together in your place is, how much of one color should I use versus another color versus another color? That gets really, really confusing. Online, if you take a look, you're going to see where some places say use the 70-20-10 rule. 70% of your main color, 20% of your accent color, and 10% of something else. You'll also see it done as the 60-30-10 rule. These are supposed to be balance tricks that interior decorators and designers use to give you a nice contrast and pops of color and all of that. But it doesn't work all the time, depending on the colors that you're using. It's better off maybe understanding the vibe that you're going for and what colors will communicate that vibe and using them in balances that you like. For example, if we take a look at this blue and orange with the cream kind of color, I mean, sure, that could be 70%, 20%, 10%, I guess. But there's a big difference between mixing your Beachy colors and mixing colors like this. These two are on opposite sides of the color wheel and are called complementary colors. Blue and orange are complementary colors. If you're going for more of a beach natural vibe, what you're actually using are called analogous colors. They're closer to each other on the color wheel. When you're using complementary colors, your proportions and your balance sort of matter a little more. When you're using analogous on the color wheel, things that are closer together, you can fudge with those percentages based on your tastes and your likes and kind of get a more personalized feel for what it is that you're looking to do with color in your own space. Now we're taking a look at a very simple color wheel, and I'm just going to show you what some of this can do to help you with your colors. All right, so blue and orange. When we're talking about that room with the blue walls and the orange, rusty orange color on stuff, they're opposite right here on the color wheel. They're directly opposite. Orange is a combination of red and yellow. So blue, the complement to that would be the red-yellow mix or orange. Red, the complement is green. That's mixing blue and yellow together. So that's kind of it, sort of explains it. Like yellow, if you mix red and blue together, you get violet. Yellow and violet are complements of each other. So if you're going to use the 60-30-10 or the 70-20-10 rule, you're usually doing it in things that are kind of complementary or tertiary, like, not colors that are next to each other on the color wheel, or what's known as analogous. Look here. Blue, blue, green, and green are all right next to each other on the color wheel. These are called analogous colors. These are also your natural colors. These are your beachy colors. So using them together, the proportions aren't so specific like they are if you're going opposite on the color wheel, because you've got so much contrast there and it's so jarring that you don't want 50% of it, or it's just going to be like, oh my God, it's insane. But when you're talking about these natural colors over here, especially, and they're all next to each other on the color wheel, analogous to each other, now you can start mixing those ratios in slightly different amounts and using the in-between colors that are going to be in here and the hues and the tints as well. Tint, this means that you're adding white or black to one of these colors. So you might have one color of blue and you add some white and some more white and some more white, and then some black and some more black and some more black. That midnight blue all the way to that baby powder blue that you're going to get are called monochromatic colors. They're just basically black and white added to one color. So if you're going for a natural vibe and you're looking for things that are going to kind of go with each other, like these natural colors here, your blue, your teal, and your green, you can also use white added or black added, your tints and your shades basically of these colors, all together and in different proportions to kind of give you that beachy vibe without it being too jarring. And then maybe use a little pop of yellow or a little pop of orange somewhere for an accent if you feel that you need it. And just so that you know, I'm not making all of this stuff up. I've actually been on the cover of some different magazines for jewelry projects because I am kind of half decent at color. There's another project I did, some more colorways I made. You're looking at something I made right here. So I have had a lot of practice with color. Now, albeit in smaller projects, jewelry size, not necessarily a whole house, but the principles are the same. Well, I hope you found all of this information about color and some of the science behind it and how to balance it and how to use it was helpful for you. I know I was really surprised to learn that there was actually kind of a scientific reason why I was so drawn to these beachy colors. But looking around here where I'm at, having gone to a few of my friends' places, I know I'm not the only one. Thanks so much for joining us here at Beach Cottage Double Wide, and have fun with your own paint shopping and your own color changes in your own space to give you that calm, soothing vibe that you're looking for as well. And stay tuned to the channel. We have lots more tips, tricks, renovation, and fun to come. And one of those upcoming projects is going to be painting the hallway with that beautiful, bright and breezy light blue.